All right, next on the line, young Tom Little is here with us to speak about Liverpool's win. What you saying, mate?
Oh, this season is going to be an absolute slog. It's going to be an absolute slog. We have 4 wins this season. Take me back to the Community Shield, back when I thought the world was our oyster. Jesus Christ. You know what, though? Today was the best performance we've had all season since that Community Shield. It really was. I thought the majority of the team played really well. I'll touch on the Ajax goal later, but our performance today filled me with a lot of confidence in terms of certain things. I thought Kostas Tsimikas was fantastic, and Robertson's really got to have an eye out about his position because he's not safe. Matip was fantastic. There is a genuine case to be made that over the past 18 months, he has been better than Virgil van Dijk. I will listen to that argument because there's a genuine case to be made there. Fabinho was looking better today than what we've normally seen of him this season. He looked a bit less leggy, which was much needed. Thiago, it's scary how bad we are without him, and it's scary how good we can be with him. And the fact that our hopes for this season are once again pinned on a 31-year-old with one of the worst injury records I've seen is a recipe for disaster. But right now, I'm not worried about that as much. Harvey Elliott was poor by his standards today. Salah, like you said, KJ, I don't like him being out there facilitating. He shouldn't be out there. You've got a three-time Premier League Golden Boot winner out there facilitating. Doesn't make sense to me. But we've got no one else to do it. That's the issue that we've got in that attack at the minute. No one else is really effective enough at that. But on the defence and their goal, I'll sit there and say Trent deserves a bit of blame for it. I think he committed and then didn't on that through ball, and then that's exposed everything up. But the one person that I'm not going to give as much blame to is Van Dijk. I don't think he can be expected to do as much there because not only has he got Kudus there, who controls it brilliantly, it's a fantastic finish. He's also got Steven Bergwijn right alongside him, so he is dealing with 2 attackers right next to him, and he's got to pick up one and cover the other one at the same time. I think it's a little bit harsh on this goal to judge him by. There's been plenty of times this season where you can look at him and say he's been at fault, but this one is, I think, a little bit harsh. But hopefully, I've said it 3 times this season now, 4th time's a charm. Please be the thing to kickstart our season. We've got an international break coming up. Send Trent to spatial awareness camp, make sure he starts scanning, and then we're golden. We're golden because I saw a lot of good things today. And Darwin Nunez, I know we missed his chance, and it was the only chance he got, and he dragged it wide, and I'm sure he's going to be cooked to that over the next couple of days. But there is a play there. There's a serious play there if he can just work on his technical ability, because physically he's got it all.
When you say serious player, expand on that for me, please, Tom.
In terms of the fact that I think he can play multiple... I think the potential is for him to be one of the most complete strikers in the league. In terms of physically, he's all there. He's 6'2". He's insanely quick. And he's strong he's got a good leap as well, although we haven't really seen it much at Liverpool. The issue that we're running into is his technical ability is leaving a lot to be desired. So there was 3 instances today which I picked up and went, that's not great. There was a simple pass which he passed straight to their DM, which is poor. He can't be affording that. There was a chance when he was played in down the line and he was chasing that ball constantly because he couldn't get it out of his feet while he was dribbling. And there was obviously his chance that he's dragged wide. But that's all stuff that you can learn. That's all stuff that can be taught. We shouldn't be having to do it, but it's all stuff that can be taught.
Tom.
Mm-hmm.
Seriously, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Most complete, one of the most complete strikers in the league. Mm-hmm. I know technical ability is something you can learn and improve upon, but I believe there's a limit. Like Lukaku, remember Lukaku's a big man now. He's like almost 30, and everyone was telling me that the technical ability was improved. Man, combat is still the same thing. I think he might. I'm not saying he's completely set, but I don't know if he's gonna come from this level to like that level. Like it's gonna be very hard.
What you want from Darwin Nunez is for the things that you talked about, like his speed and his physicality and those things to be refined, and for the team to react to him and build a team around him for the future. In terms of him being complete, you can't be complete with a donkey touch. Like you just can't be that. And I'm sorry, but like, what is he, 21?
No, he's 20. I think he's 22.
Okay, he's 22, but your technical ability does not get that much better once you get to a certain age.
And
It's gonna, yeah. But I think that he can be very, very scary. And like I said earlier in the show, once he gets, used to being with this team and the team gets used to being with him, I think he's going to be really, really scary. So, but he ain't going to be complete.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's not about his goals. It's not going to his goal scoring is not going to fly off. None of that. It's literally the complete part. Nah. You won't be complete. You'll be a good scorer.
I disagree. I think the player is there for. I think the player is there for it. I just think he needs the team. We need to play his style of football to start off with. What we're doing now is we're bringing in an £85 million left winger. He was a left winger at Benfica for the majority of the time, and we're playing him up front in one of the most physical leagues and just sort of chucking him in there. He does need a bit of time. I'm liking what I've seen in terms of the movement is very, very good. The technical, it's not going to come on leaps and bounds, but I don't think it's as bad as people make out. I think there's a middle ground where he's at the minute. I think it's just inconsistent. I think it's just because there's some times where he has a fantastic touch. There's some times where his passing is brilliant. It's not bad. It's not like he never does it. It's incredibly inconsistent at the minute. And whether that's a confidence thing, and as he plays more with the team, as he gets further ingrained into the system, it will all start to come together. Or if it's just something that he needs to work through, I do see in terms of potential there, the idea that he can be one of the most complete strikers in the league. Not in the world, but in the league.
Yo, Tom, you need to go Specsavers, my friend. I think this is blind hope.
Well, no, I honestly, I think the only thing that Tom said that was probably a little bit off was the complete striker thing. But, when you really you want him to touch the ball less. That's really what you want. You don't want him playing like Jota or like Firmino. Once you switch that around, he's going to be good.
It's going to be deadly.
My biggest question here is, when was he a left winger?
At Benfica, they played a 4-4-2 and it molded into a 4-3-3. So whenever they went into a 4-3-3, he was out on the left, and you see it now. He ends up taking Diaz's position half the time. Yeah,
and he does.
Look at his heat map. Yeah.
I'm looking at his heat map. I go with heat maps more than the starting position formation wise, and you can certainly see he drifts more to the left. I mean, we haven't got it on the screen.
It makes sense though.
Yeah, I get what you mean. I just wouldn't call that a left winger. That's it's a striker that sits on the left.
A left side. I probably shouldn't use left wing. Left sided. He's left-sided in a left-sided attacker, should we say? Left striker.
Yeah. I think that's, again, I look at left winger as according to Transfer Market, he played 72 of his games at Benfica as a striker, but he definitely drifts to the left. I just wanted to clarify that because I was like, have I just completely been misreading this guy?
But another good point that you just brought up is the fact that he did play in a two-striker system at Benfica, so that's probably going to take him a minute to learn how to lead the line.
The thing is, we could play a two-striker system as well. We have the players there to play a fantastic two-striker system. I think Nunez and Jota, there is the potential for a really solid link up there in terms of how they both operate. I think Nunez covers physically for what Jota
does. We said this earlier. Go to 3 at the back. Trent can be a wing back, and then you don't need to worry about his terrible defending.
Thomas Tuchel. Am I hearing Thomas Tuchel?
I'm just hearing get the best out of your group. Listen, play Mo Salah and Darwin as a centre forwards. They can split and go left and right a little bit.
That would be an ITIS merchant's nightmare.
Jota behind them. You know what I mean? Put all 3 together. It'd be great doing.
Salah and Nunez up top, boy.
In the midfield, you've got play Milner and Henderson as the workhorses in the middle. That's what you've got to do. It'd be brilliant. Beautiful. There we go. Listen, young Tom, thank you very much for coming on, mate, and having your say. We'll chat again soon. Thank you very much indeed.